Welcome to my channel. My name is Denise Chambers. I'm a real estate agent in South Florida with the Keys Company. I'm also a member of the JC sales team. If you haven't done so before, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget the notification bell as well.
When all you need is a friend. No, I won't ever hear excuses. We're in this till the end.
I wanted to talk to those renters who were thinking of purchasing, but out of nowhere came COVID-19. Most of us thought that this virus would be around for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, even 6 weeks, but we're going into week 7. And we have no idea when this would end. And now you have to be thinking about basic necessities such as rent, paying your rent. More than 6 million people, you heard it, more than 6 million people have been out of job, unemployed. If you are not unemployed, then guess what? Your hours have been cut drastically. What do you do? And you have your bills to pay. So I'm going to share with you some things that you can do with your landlord in this time of crisis. For example, negotiating with your landlord. What should I do if I'm coming to the end of my lease? What options are there? What are the legal advice that I can seek? What are the other resources available to me to assist with paying rent? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. One of the first things that you want to do is to look at your situation. Now may be the time for you to put on your boxing gloves. Yes, you heard it. Put on your boxing gloves. Don't run. This may be the time for you to start to negotiate with your landlord. What can you do to negotiate? You maybe want to write a letter to your landlord explaining your situation and see if both of you can come to an agreement in terms of maybe lowering the rent, maybe putting you on a payment plan. You want to make sure that you have this in writing. It could be via email, it could be in the letter form, but make sure you have it in writing, because sometimes we have amnesia. We forget things. We don't remember what we had said before, and so you want to put it in writing. Also, if you have it in writing, if possible, you want to make sure that an attorney can look over this piece of paper, this document. If not, you want to make sure you scrutinize it as much as possible before you sign off on anything. Start looking at other living arrangements. Yes, you're planning for the future. That is your plan B, because nobody knows how long this COVID is going to last for. And the stark reality is that a lot of the jobs that are now closed may not reopen. And if you don't have a job, or you don't get to go back to work, what are you going to do? Yes, your landlord can accommodate you now. Yes, your landlord may be able to put you on a payment plan, but how long is that going to last for? Even if your landlord is doing forbearance, how long is he or she going to be doing that forbearance for? So you want to make sure that you look at other living arrangements. For example, start searching around for more affordable living. You could also check with family members and friends to see if you can make other arrangements to stay with them for a period of time until you're able to get your bills in check again. So start looking at that. Maybe you want to communicate with them from now for the just if situation. What if I don't get my job again? What if I'm not employed again for another 6 months? You have those options available right now. Put them in your back pocket and get ready for that. If your lease is coming to an end, you want to reach out to your landlord and to see what possible arrangements can be made. Because the future is uncertain, you want to look at possibility and option of month-to-month lease. Maybe you can negotiate with your landlord to rent on a month-by-month basis until the crisis is over. Once the pandemic is over, then you can both decide what you're going to do in terms of your future business relationship. Make sure again that you have this in writing, because you want to protect yourself, and I'm absolutely sure that the landlord wants to protect his or herself as well. You may want to consider borrowing from family members. Now, this one is totally on you. This is just a suggestion. Again, it is totally on you. You want to borrow from your family member because you are definitely avoiding the lengthy process of going to a bank, doing applications, doing credit check. So you are avoiding that, and possibly you're avoiding paying interest as well. And we want to save as much as possible in this time. So you want to know if you really think it's worth it to walk that gray line, because we all know when it comes to family members, friends, colleagues, money, borrowing, putting them in one pot, that is a recipe for disaster if you're not able to make that payment. So you want to take a conscious effort to think about this one before you even approach it or consider borrowing from family members or friends. However, this could be an option for you if you have no other choice. If your landlord absolutely refuses to work with you, maybe it's time for you to seek outside assistance. You may want to reach out to your financial institutions, such as your credit unions, your bank, to see if they have any short-term loans available to you. In this time of crisis, sometimes they do offer assistance, and if they do, you want to take advantage of that as an option. Another thing that you can do is also visit the Department of Housing and Urban Development website to check to see if there are any rental assistance program available or what financial assistance they have available in your local area. Don't worry about it. I got you covered. It's in the description box below. And also, I'd like for you to do this for me. If you know of any other website that would assist renters, why don't you go ahead and just drop those in the comment box below? You can never know who this will assist at this time. You could also dial 211 United Way. They will connect you with local organizations that can assist you with rent. What they will do is they will ask you a series of questions. For example, are you living alone? Are you pregnant? Are you a senior? Are you unemployed? And then they will try to match you as best as possible with organization in your city that is local to you. You could also check the description box below for the website that can assist as much as possible. Have you ever thought about approaching your local church to see what programs or funds they have available to assist you? What about the Salvation Army? Sometimes they have a special one-time funds available to help you pay your rent. Or even the Catholic Charity. They do have emergency funds to help you pay your rent if that is available at this time. Sometimes you may want to seek free legal advice. Many communities offer free legal advice for mediation between you and your landlord if you can't pay your rent and you need to come to some agreement. Remember, at the end of the day, you are still entitled to pay your rent. You want to make sure that you know your legal right, because the CARE Act was passed into law May 27, and it only covers those who are in federally backed housing. So make sure you know your right, make sure you are protected. And in the same length and breadth, you want to think about your landlord, because they are affected too. You have to bear in mind that your landlord may be using this rent as their source of income. They may also become unemployed, or they have lost their jobs, they are on forbearance, and if they are foreclosed on, you are definitely out in the cold. So think about that. Hope these tips were able to assist you, and share, like, subscribe, because I'm absolutely sure that this video will be able to assist someone else.